and I don't really get that feedback very often, which is unfortunate because we're given that feedback. I think we see even more like growth within the school. So I would say that's probably the biggest thing. I also think more training. And not just more training, but more training and then follow through, with implementing what we learned. That kind of goes back to what I previously talked about. Like I just teach. We're all very young and don't really know what we're doing half the time. I think we have a desire to learn. It's just someone needs to facilitate that and then follow through with holding us accountable to it.
No, that's very insightful. Thank you. And I'm wondering beyond. So let's see. So we talked a bit about supports within the school and how that has helped you better meet the needs of your student. Has the school or network ever provided any types of supports, resources, or trainings that help you specifically manage work-related stress? It seems like the Calm Classrooms one is one way that kind of indirectly made you a little bit more mindful. And maybe the trauma trainings. But has there ever been anything directly for staff and for staff to think about and to address their own well-being?
We have a pretty, we have a social work person. They're very open to, giving you, trying to support, I think, having, when things happen, trying to support you in working through whatever you're feeling after a hard day or whatever it might be. But other than that, no, there haven't been any other trainings or anything like that.
Gotcha. And do you feel like your colleagues in any way provide a sense of support for you in the school?
I think, there are a few for sure that I cling to more than others. But I wouldn't say it's an overly, again, not intentional. I just think I'll kind of, I think we all kind of do our own support would be there.
Gotcha. No, thank you for sharing that. And so I'm wondering, beyond the school, I know you mentioned being part of Teach for America. Has that organization provided you with support around your work as a teacher? Or has there been any other organizations that you've been a part of that you feel like has had an important impact on your teaching?
Yes.
Could you talk a little more about that?
Yeah, so my experience with Teach for America was positive for the most part. I mean, I think, and sometimes I can get on a tangent with Teach for America, but I think that, I was lucky I had training, as, in college. I had an education degree, because to be thrown into a school that was just pure chaos, at least I knew a little bit. It's crazy to me to have someone to throw young people into that situation. Is nuts. So my experience is not bad. I would say that I go to trainings and they would offer resources and give us additional topics, but I think that really stuck with me. So yeah, that's Teach for America. America, I got involved in an organization out of Eastern Michigan University when I was at my first school called the Southeastern Michigan Stewardship Coalition, and they did a lot of like place-based education initiatives, a lot of environmental things. Very cool, very fun. They gave me, I would get a bunch of grants through them. Got a couple of awards. I mean, I did a lot of work with like hydroponic gardens with them. I mean, a lot of like environmental work, and I loved it. I went to professional development a couple times a year. It's a lot of fun, and I did feel very, very supported through them. I mean, we would go to PDs, and oh my goodness, I would just sit and like, it was kind of like okay, like we're here, let's get all of our like stress out and let's talk about like the problems we're facing as educators before we even jumped into like being fed. Like we had a chance to really just like dump it all out, you know, and it was just so refreshing. I'm not really a part of that organization anymore, and it's unfortunate. You know, you have to attend so many PTs to be a part of it, and unfortunately my school just doesn't support those, you know, those days off, which is unfortunate, but I definitely value, you know, that relationship I did, and I think I still do have it in a sense, but just definitely a lot less than it was. Other than that, you know, I don't really have any other organizations. I do a lot of work with like student entrepreneurship with the kids, and they have coffee shop and smoothie shop, and they sell coffee and smoothies every day. It's very cute, fun. You know, like it just, and then we make blankets and send them to local shelters. Like it's just a very cool program, and I love that the school supports. They do support me on that. The program is funded through. I do have a connection with that. It doesn't really relate to like you know, like extra support. I do have those community connections are kind of. So, yeah, I would say that those are pretty much kind of encompasses, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm just wondering for the EMU program, how you had got connected with that coalition.
Yeah, so it was through our principal at my first school. They kind of like forced it on us, and like nobody wanted to do it except me. And I just kind of stuck with it. Like, and I loved it. I just think it is it's like a organization, and I think every teacher should think like that because it's like a judgment-free like room when you go into those needs, and it's beautiful. It is wonderful. So I got connected to school, and like I said, I just kind of clung on to them.
No, that sounds like a really great space. And so with the entrepreneurship program, I'm sorry, I had cut in and out a little bit. You said that you had started this program through some community connections. Is that correct?
Yeah. So I super strange like chain of events that led to it, but I did the hydroponic garden at the old school, and when I started that program, I always had the vision of it being like bigger and doing like more. And when I'm doing that program, I connected with a former friend I had in high school, and he sells coffee, and he sells coffee with the intent of giving putting in giving free water, like clean water to like coffee farmers in Peru. And so it kind of started this big long action. So we went from like hydroponic gardens to coffee to water to you know, all these things, and then always had the dream of kids opening their own business with the environmental mindset, like keeping those initiatives with water and you know, and just like community kind of in mind. And so when I got to this school, a few years ago, we had a junior achievement come in, and we had a bunch of big business people from Mercedes-Benz come, and they were in my classroom for junior achievement, and I don't know what happened, but they, for some reason, just really liked me and my students, and the next year, they gave us $5,000